Welcome to Over 500, your favorite sports podcast on the IDK Network by default. Because we are the only sports podcast on this fucking network.
Hell yeah.
I'm carrying the load for everything sports, everything pop culture, and everything funny. Because I watched That's Perfect yesterday, and it wasn't very fucking funny.
Oh my God.
Let me start with the strays. I'm your humble, gracious, highly awkward host, Mark Ogeen. Here's my nearest and dearest friend, Big A&M.
Get ready for college football, baby.
It's funny that you're wearing that gray A&M shirt because that's exactly how I feel about them on the inside of my heart. They're so boring and so bland, so lame, so just not UT.
I had to wear gray because, you're
lame. You're fucking lame.
Nah, I mean, we had a, there's just too much hype about us winning this year. Don't want to,
You have Alabama on the schedule this year. Don't fucking say that.
We have Alabama every year, not like them.
Yeah, and that's the fucking problem. That's the problem, buddy.
Well, when you guys jump over to the SEC, you'll see.
Okay, for sure.
What the competition is like.
Let's talk about it. Let's fucking talk about it then. Because
yes, when
I think
y'all
you had to. Oh shit! I had it reversed. You want to talk about NFL first?
You know what's gonna happen is y'all gonna join the SEC, and then
No, save it for later, buddy. Let's talk about NFL.
All right.
Let's follow the fucking format
of
Over 500, and it's the first topic of Over 500 is preseason NFL.
Yes, number one.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about that first, buddy. What happened this week that stood out to you?
So I want to call this, and obviously. The quarterback position is the most popular position because people could argue
it's the most important position, not most popular.
It's popular and the most important. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of defensive guys out there that'll argue that perspective, but it is very important. It is very popular, and it feels like every year there's a competition of quarterbacks. But I feel like specifically this year, it's the year of the quarterback. And what I mean by the year of the quarterback is there's competitions left and right. I mean, you just had Drew Brees retire, right?
Yeah.
You got Deshaun Watson out there in Houston.
Yeah, who knows what's going on?
Who the hell knows what's going on? He's basically reporting to practice and not taking reps, not playing any preseason games. Who the hell knows? And then you got a pretty good rookie class that came in this year, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then you got a bunch of old heads, and you got your mid quarterbacks that were backups, and then were starters, and were backups, and were starters.
At you, Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, so I mean, it's.
So were you surprised by any? So far, like it's being rolled out that so and so is going to be QB1, so and so is QB2. What stood out to you in regards with that? Did anybody win a job? You were like, I don't know about that guy.
I definitely know that. Not necessarily, man. I don't know if that guy deserves it. It's more of like I didn't expect it this early. Trevor Lawrence, he won the job. He's officially the week
over
1
Gardner Minshew.
Yes,
I can believe that.
So I can believe it. I could see it, but I would have at least thought okay,
they would ease him in a little bit more.
Yeah, more of sit him down for a year, sit him down for half a season, sit him down for the first 4 weeks, whatever it is. But let that quarterback mature, let him see, let him feel a little bit more. I mean, if you think about it, Patrick Mahomes, who's probably the best quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, that dude sat out for the whole first year. Yeah. Now, obviously, the Jaguars don't have the potential and the ability to do that because they're ass.
They may not have time for that.
Yeah, they butt. So, Trevor Lawrence is going to be starting and kind of piggybacking off of that. There's other quarterbacks that are like that where you would be like, well, I didn't expect it, but I'm going to expect it.
Like who?
Like Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, you surprised he's going to be QB1?
I'm not surprised, but I think what's expected.
Yeah,
he's expected to start week 1
because he signed a big contract this year, 1 year, but it's still a pretty hefty contract.
Yeah, but if you just look at it, like all the signs point to, we're giving this guy a chance, and later on down the road they're gonna just say, all right, we don't need you anymore, but we can at least say we gave you a chance. You know what I'm talking about? And that's kind of what's going on with Cam. Is exactly
I'm
that.
surprised Chicago went that route too. I'm pretty surprised by that a lot because Andy Dalton has not been very good.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton has been mediocre for most of his career.
Yeah.
And Justin Fields came out lights out preseason. I know it's like a lot to like, oh wow, preseason, but same time, like I think back to a young quarterback in Seattle that went lights out in preseason, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking Andy Dalton reminds me a lot of Michael Flynn or whatever his fucking name was. So I don't remember his name. He was so mediocre. I think Justin Fields should be starting week 1. And I'll be surprised he's not starting by week 8, week 9.
Yeah, see, and I think that's kind of the opposite of what's going on with the Jags is the coaches have different perspectives.
For sure.
Obviously, Urban Meyer's like, I got to start the dude. This dude gives me the best chance to win this game and the rest of the games. And then you got Nagy from the Bears, the head coach, saying, you know what? Obviously he's going to say he has the best opportunity to win with Andy Dalton, but I'm pretty sure in the back of his head he's like, this guy gives me more of an opportunity to win, but I got to ease him in. I gotta chill a little bit, you know. But I mean, it's kind of weird what's happening. You got another college coach in the league, another college icon, right? The dude's like a champion pretty much everywhere he goes. Can he do it in the NFL?
Well, we saw how Nick Saban did with that, so.
Yeah, but Pete Carroll was successful.
Yeah, every once in a while they turn out pretty well. I was gonna say Jameis Winston or what's the other dude's name? Taysom Hill. How could I forget that?
Jameis Winston. We're talking about the dude who was like, "Y'all want some W's?"
He's fucking fool's gold with me every year. Because every year I'm like, that guy has incredible numbers. Besides the interceptions, once you look at the interceptions, you're like, all right, never mind. But every year I buy into the hype. I'm like, he's a good fucking quarterback. And every year I'm let down. But this might be his year finally. Or at least he'll have a chance to prove that it's his year.
Yeah, I agree. I think if anything, this is his best opportunity. This is his best chance to do something because he's working with a great offensive-minded coach who can give him the greatest opportunity to be successful. When he was with Bruce Arians right in Tampa Bay.
That was also a pretty good offensive coach.
Very, very, yeah, he was a great offensive coach, but Bruce Arians and Sean Payton are two different coaches. Okay. Bruce Arians is more like the Western gunslinger, kind of like shoot lights out, nothing in my way, just kind of right. Yeah. And Sean Payton's a little bit more smarter to where he does have that offensive mind and he still can sling it, but at the same time he's gonna make the playbook for Jameis Winston as opposed to what the situation that he was in before, where he was kind of like, I gotta just play with this system, and if it works, it works, and if it don't, it don't.
Okay.
So that's what I see. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, the starter for your Broncos? What do you think about that, man?
My former Broncos. I don't root for any NFL team nowadays. I'm more of an NBA guy nowadays.
Damn.
But
pick a team right now. Pick a team. One. You got
pick
30
a team that I want to win this year.
Yes. That you want to win. That you're gonna root for. I would hope
they win this year. Probably fucking Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay, I can see that. It's
just because they look cool.
What's so cool?
And then one day they might move to Austin.
No way, bro. They're in Las Vegas. Like that's.
Oh yeah, I forgot it just moved.
Yeah.
Well, never mind then.
Talking about the Bills. The Bills had
the Buffalo, the Austin Bills.
The Austin Bills.
They brought fucking tables to Austin like that. I would be so down with that. I'm the biggest professional wrestling fan on this podcast.
Yeah. And probably the city. I don't know.
No. I'm the biggest wrestling fan on this podcast. Shout out CM Punk. He just came back. I would be totally down with that. It would be a dream come true. So yeah, go Buffalo. Josh Allen is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
Besides all that anti-vaccine shit, but I'll ignore that for now.
The problem with Buffalo being in that area is they don't get a lot of
It's a small market for New York.
Small market, but they got a very huge fan base.
They got a dedicated,
loyal fan base. Yeah. So it would be sad to have them leave.
It would be.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
They got the Bills Mafia over there doing some crazy ass shit, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know if we would be able to.
No, for sure, absolutely not. There's not no white
do
hipster going through a fucking table on fire. No, absolutely.
Yeah,
not.
I mean, maybe we'd be walking on crates or something over here, but I don't know about all that.
All right, anything else? Do you want to end this topic on?
I don't know. Just I guess 2 more things that I kind of just wanted to talk about was like, is this the farewell tour for Aaron Rodgers? Is this it?
I think so.
So it's do or die.
I don't see him putting on another uniform.
So Milwaukee just won the
NBA
championship.
Yeah.
Can the Packers also bring a championship?
Oh, they have a chance every year. Aaron Rodgers on the team, so it's possible. It's different in the NFL because you lose one game, that's it. But I think as long as you have Aaron Rodgers and you make it to the postseason, you have a chance.
Yeah.
So
even if you're in a wild card position.
Absolutely.
I agree. But I mean,
does he have the weapons? Because that's what he's been bitching about this whole time. I don't have the weapons.
I mean, yeah, he's got his running back, he's got his star receiver back. Yeah. You know, he's getting the whole.
They brought back Jordy Nelson.
Yeah,
they're trying to bring back Clay Matthews.
Yeah, they're trying to bring everybody back. They're trying to bring the whole crew back. So I think he's gonna make a push. But after that, he's saying deuces. I did what I did.
I think they have a chance.
Fuck y'all. I mean, the dude plays with his own playbook, so he's calling the plays. So props to him.
Anything else?
That's pretty much it, man. 49er fans, good luck.
Cowboys fans, good luck.
Cowboys fans, good luck.
You mean that?
No, not really. It's kind of nice to see. I'm not a hater.
Dak Prescott out all year. Oh, hold on.
No, he's not gonna be out all year.
Okay, you don't believe that? I don't believe it either.
I don't believe it either.
Okay,
but it's kind of nice to see Cowboys fans
panic,
and you know, whenever they do lose, you know, they get butthurt and shit hits the fan.
I love it.
So it's kind of nice. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a hater, but I love seeing it.
Okay,
I love seeing the turmoil.
Let's get back to what you wanted to talk about in the first place. College football season is back.
Yes,
BYKE is back. Starts this weekend, right?
Yeah. So this weekend there's just a couple games. It's not like a full out like everybody plays this weekend, but it is gonna be the first weekend with college football. I think, you know, maybe the most.
When is the Chick-fil-A Bowl? Thursday.
Chick-fil-A Bowl's like
I know they start that shit every year. It's like Chick-fil-A Bowl, Auburn versus Georgia, Auburn versus.
No, the Chick-fil-A Bowl ain't till like damn fucking December, bro.
Okay, when the Chick-fil-A kickoff game then.
Yeah, I mean maybe there's a Chick-fil-A kickoff.
There is. I know there is.
Okay, we'll have to Google that.
Okay.
Assistant over there, can you Google that?
No, whatever. All right, so go ahead, continue on what you were saying.
Yeah, man. Rooting for my Aggies. We got a chance to make it to the playoffs this year. We got a chance to win the SEC this year, I think. Every year we get a chance.
No, buddy, because like I was saying, you're scheduled to play Alabama.
Schedule's playing Alabama. I mean, last year we played Florida. Last year we played Alabama. That was our only loss last year.
We play Alabama every year.
Yes, every year we play Alabama.
Yeah.
It's hard, but you know, eventually there's we beat them before, and we can do it again.
Like once, like one time.
Well, we can do it
with
again.
Johnny fucking Manziel.
It's possible, bro. It's possible.
Okay, I don't believe it.
The next Johnny Manziel is somewhere out there,
yeah,
and it doesn't have to be Johnny Manziel. It can be you know, anybody else.
Okay. So, but you have high hopes.
I do. I have high hopes. I think we'll do good this year. We got great leadership. We got great veterans. We got great players. We did lose our quarterback, so we have a brand new quarterback this year. We'll see how that goes.
You know what I don't get? Why is Jimbo Fisher a good coach?
Because he wins. He's a winner. He's a wiener.
Be the winner at big programs, but he never wins the whole thing.
What do you mean? He won it the whole thing with FSU.
Yeah, but that was different.
How is that different?
James Winston was eating W's. It's kind of like what was the coach with Cam Newton
stealing
at Auburn?
legs.
He just kind of fell ass backwards into Cam Newton.
Oh, I think his name's Gus Malzahn.
Yeah, he reminds me of Gus Malzahn a lot. I don't think he's a good coach.
Well, I mean, he did a pretty good job at first year at A&M.
I don't think he did.
With a subpar squad.
I don't think he did.
With recruits that weren't even his recruits. It was like somebody else's team.
I don't think he did a good job. Why did he do a good job? Tell me why.
Well, I mean,
exactly. You don't fucking know.
What do you mean he went 9-1 last year?
9-1.
Yeah, because of COVID, they didn't play all the games that a regular schedule was.
Okay.
Talk some shit, bro. Come on, what's up?
I just like to fucking fuck with you.
Yeah, I know.
Jimbo Fisher is okay. He's a good coach. I think he's all right.
And I think he's getting older. He's getting older and older, just like Nick Saban. And I think the dude's ready to say, all right, let's win this one. Let's win this one for these Aggies. Let's get this chip so I can retire.
You think that there's a chance anybody on A&M can win a Heisman Trophy?
Not this year.
Not this year, right?
No.
Because I'm looking at one running back from Texas, Bijan Robinson. That's my Heisman pick of the year. I think he's gonna win the Heisman Trophy.
How's he gonna win the Heisman if y'all gonna go like fucking 8-8?
No, buddy.
7-4.
You're wrong. We're gonna beat Oklahoma in the Red River Shootout.
Wow, you will not do that.
I guarantee it. Let's make another bet. Let's fucking do it right now.
I will
send this clip to Troy. I will send this clip to Troy right now. Let's make the fucking bet.
I will do whatever you want.
3 shots.
All right.
And
what?
If I win, you have to kiss me on the lips.
No way, bro.
Yeah, on camera. Come on, man.
No
do it.
No way.
Do it.
No way.
Do it, homophobe.
Well, I just don't want to kiss you on the lips.
Oh, you fucking homophobic. That's a good bet.
No way,
all
man.
Right, go ahead and name your bet then.
No, I mean, I'll do anything but kiss your damn lips, bro. No.
You gotta kiss me on the cheek. On camera. Bro, just say yes. Do it.
All right, I'm going to win either way, so no, yeah, I'll do it.
Bet. It's set in stone. If... You know the chances of me winning this bet are very, very little to none.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I won't. It's all good. I'll take it.
Okay, all right, bet.
I'm gonna watch it.
So, who's your Heisman favorite then?
My Heisman favorite.
You better not say Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's gonna be the next Patrick Mahomes.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's pretty high praise.
He has comparisons to Patrick Mahomes, and at the same time, he's a faster guy. He's faster
than Patrick Mahomes?
He's more athletic. Faster and more athletic.
Yes. Okay. What about JT Daniels?
Nah.
No? Nah. What's the Clemson quarterback?
He's got that weird name. It's
he has a super weird name.
Yeah, it's like Oogie
I know, like
DJ,
like DJ something, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he was, he played in like 2 games that when Trevor Lawrence was out, and he did a pretty good job.
They lost to Notre Dame, right? But like barely, right? If I remember correctly.
No, they beat Notre Dame barely. Okay. Yeah. He was more of a game manager, and they relied heavily on their defense. But I think
he was young.
But I think he was young. He was still inexperienced, and at the same time, the game plan was that. The game plan was, don't unleash the beast just yet.
Okay. Well, there was a time I thought Garrett Gilbert was a Heisman candidate.
Oh my gosh.
he was playing in the NFL not too long ago. So
yeah, but
yeah, man, shut up. All right. Anything else college football related? What game are you looking forward to the most? Because A&M and Alabama will play at one point.
Yeah.
Georgia and Clemson play like first or second week, right?
That's what I was gonna say. I think the Clemson Georgia game is something I'm
Georgia
looking forward
number 5,
to.
Clemson number 2.
A lot of these early mid-season games. Another one I'm looking forward to is Clemson, North Carolina. Okay. I think North Carolina is going to win.
Good. They're sneaky good.
Yeah, I think North Carolina, headed by Mac Brown. Yes. I'm giving him props. He's a great coach.
Okay.
He's got that program. Basically flipped.
He turned it around a lot.
Yeah, he turned it around immensely. They were butt, and they were like, "Hey, we need you here."
They were mediocre. They weren't butt.
Yeah, I mean, being mediocre means your butt is,
No,
you're not
not
a top 25
means.
school. They were never a top 25 school until he got there, and
That's not true
it turned it around. But what I'm trying to say is, I think they're the underdog to win the ACC this year.
Oh, that's a big prediction.
Yeah, and I'm
over
calling
Clemson,
I'm
over
calling
Florida State, over fucking guys know who else? Florida played SEC.
Well, it's Florida State and Clemson, but
Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
No?
they play tough, but nah, they're not.
Okay.
They're not. I mean, something else. Talking about conferences now. This just came out that they were talking about the alliances between the ACC,
Bunch
Pac-12
of pussies. Join forces because they're afraid of the SEC. These motherfucking pussies.
Yeah,
and they left out the Big 8 now.
Yeah,
the Big 12, which really was the Big 10, and now it's the Big 8, and eventually it's going to cease to exist.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't beat them, join them, right? That's what Texas and Oklahoma
They
did.
pretty much said, all right, boys, the SEC is on our ass. Let's join forces and team up and make sure that we're all okay.
Yeah.
Because the SEC is coming.
Pretty much.
Texas is coming.
And, I mean, I think they're also doing that is to have more inter-competition between the conferences and have the best teams kind of go against the best teams. Yeah. Because they need to get teams into the playoff, into the college playoff.
For sure. I was going to say, is this only football or more than that?
So from the Alliance, they're talking about football. They're talking about men's and women's basketball.
Okay, so the big two
or big three or whatever it is. So now it's like the big
three.
two
sports.
Oh, the big two sports. But yeah, with those conferences, in terms of the SEC, like schools joining an actual conference, then yeah, they're playing.
The SEC is only powerful in football, which is the big moneymaker. But
I don't know.
They're only powerful in football. Like
Alabama did pretty good. They were in the.
If you talking about baseball, it's like Big 12, for sure. Big 12 and volleyball. Big 12 runs volleyball. Basketball, a little bit of Big East, a little bit of SEC, a little bit of Big 12 sometimes.
I mean, every school has their.
It's not just
strengths.
about football. All I'm saying is just not about football.
It's not all about football, but it's
everybody makes it about football.
It's probably the one that it's the money grab. Like that's the one that makes the most football.
Okay.
The most money. Football makes the most.
Shout out to them, bunch of fucking pussies.
Just like
I'm just saying that because I can like puff my chest out now because Texas is in the SEC. If we were still in the Big 12, I'd be like, oh yeah, man, fuck, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah, and it's funny, like they ain't even include the Big 12. They ain't even talking to the Big 12.
The Big 8 is gonna disband probably.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to join other conferences eventually, but yeah.
I mean, if I'm the Pac-12 or whatever conference, I'm looking at Texas Tech, Oklahoma State. I'm like, I can work with you guys. Kansas, that's a good basketball school.
Yeah.
Kansas State, not so much,
but Kansas is a good basketball school. Football, they suck.
Okay, let's talk about Rachel Nichols.
Man, my girl.
Rachel Nichols, as of today, is unemployed.
My girl.
Rest in peace, bozo. Should never been talking that shit about Maria Taylor.
But so like, what happened? Like, I think for the past week or so, right? She hasn't been on her show, right?
The Jump is canceled.
So the Jump is officially canceled or being canceled, right?
Yes, sir.
Since yesterday?
Yeah.
Damn. Did they even like sign out? They were like, hey, signing out. We're never gonna. Another one?
Yeah.
Another one.
All right. So it just came out today. I think everybody knew, but it came out today that Rachel Nichols is relieved of her duties as host of The Jump, and The Jump is canceled.
Yep.
Same thing with Max Kellerman. He actually lost his job this week too. He's no longer the host of First Take with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith will now rotate guests to debate with, which I thought was kind of crazy. I thought Max Kellerman brought a lot to the show, and I'm kind of sad to see him go. But
so is he gone from ESPN completely?
No, he's going to join another show with I forgot who he was joining a different show though.
He's going to be on The Jump Part 2.
No, it's the one with fucking Michael. Fuck, I forgot what it was called. But he's still on ESPN. He's still employed.
Oh,
he's just on a different show now.
I know he's got his own like little not show, but it's like a segment. Well, it is a show. It's like on ESPN Plus. You know, ESPN Plus has like all the other shows that you got to pay now for.
The thing with Max is he's actually really good and he's really smart, but he doesn't do the whole hot take bullshit like Rachel and Stephen A do. And I feel like that's why he lost his job. Yeah. That he wasn't controversial enough. He wasn't clickbaity enough. He was
simp.
He wasn't a character enough. And you had to be a character to live on ESPN.
And when he tried to do hot takes like that dumbass.
He tried too hard. With
like
Iguodala. Give me Iguodala. Like, that's bro, bullshit. No, you don't even mean that in your heart, dog. You know damn well you don't want Iguodala.
He's like, I gotta say something to save my job, and this is gonna be it. And it just like
it kind of worked because it was infamous, but it was really really dumb in hindsight. Like, bro, you don't even mean that.
Sorry. So on a scale from 1 to 10, how happy are you that Rachel is gone?
10, dog. Rest in peace to her career.
What?
I hate how she leading the charge on this whole new wave of journalism. It's just like, how do I make you feel bad about this young black athlete? Like every time some young black athlete is put on a pedestal, she's like, yeah, look at him. His mom saw crack on the streets. He never saw his dad. He was homeless from age 5 to 10. Look at him. That's racist. You're a fucking wannabe white savior, bro. Like, fuck Rachel Nicholas, dog. I hate her with a passion. She ruins sports journalism.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's like wine drunk on every show she does.
I don't know her as well as you do.
Rest in peace.
But I think she had a nice booty. You know, she's
not gonna fuck you, dog. She's not gonna fuck you.
But I mean, I was able to see her.
Okay.
That was like.
You had anything like productive to add to this conversation?
Not really. Just she was kind of hot. You know,
she wasn't even attractive.
The redhead kind of made her hot. I don't know.
You're a fucking simp for white women, and I'm fucking tired of it. White women are the devil. I despise all white women.
Who taught you that?
Rest in peace, Rachel Nicholas. White women, Nebraska, Vermont, Ohio, Cleveland.
Cleveland is in Ohio.
Okay, well, rest in peace 2 times. Fuck all white women. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm going too far.
Whoa.
I'm just playing. I really don't like Rachel Nicholas. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't clip that.
Delete, edit. No.
All right.
She was cool though. She was kind of hot.
And I really don't think this is the last we've seen of her on ESPN. She's gonna get a new gig in like 2 weeks. So that's why I'm kind of like going in. I'm like, she's gonna get her. She's just like a slap on the wrist for what she did, and she's gonna get a new job in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops.
She's got another year on her contract with ESPN.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
So they'll probably put her.
She'll be fine. She's not going anywhere.
A sideline reporter or something like that.
For sure, absolutely. She's not going anywhere.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the new NBA season brings us. The new show,
sure.
And hopefully it's better than
the next time Jimmy Butler has drama. For sure, she's gonna be there.
Yes,
for sure.
She's like the go-to for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
Jimmy Butler is gonna give her all his inside.
Oh, I never forget when the cat told Jimmy Butler this year, "Yeah, go cry to Rachel Nicholas again." They really don't like each other, and I really don't like Rachel Nicholas. So, all right, we're gonna take a quick commercial break.
Yes,
we'll be right back.
R.I.P. Rachel Nichols. Call me.
And welcome back to Under 500, the best and most drunkest part of this podcast. But before we go into that part, I need to shout out my sponsors.
Yes.
The people who make this podcast possible. I don't know, Network. The logo is to the left, or maybe it is to the right. I literally always forget. I do this every fucking time.
I always switch it up on you.
Yeah, sometimes they do. We took out one of the logos recently. Shout out to my man Mario. Shout out to my man Troy. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to everybody, cameramans. Shout out Montevita for whatever reason. Just shout out to them. Shout out to Austin FC. Yes. I'm aiming for that sponsorship next. I'm coming for it.
Yeah.
I'm manifesting it. I'm going to a game soon, so.
Yeah, we're going to a game soon.
We are, unfortunately.
Not together, but.
Do you have another shout out to give out, please?
Yeah, so I'd like to talk about our other sponsor, Flipside Bar. What's up? Flipside Bar.
Not grill.
Not grill, just Flipside Bar. Located out in Oak Hill area. We love Flipside. Shout out to all our homies out there, Flip and our homie Trevor. Trevor, you need to let this man know that the SEC is pretty good at baseball, and it's not just football. So you need to give
Tennessee is not the only team in the SEC, dog. Stop it right now.
I think you got it.
Yeah, you can't even name one more team.
It's Mississippi.
Oh, that's right. They are pretty good. Pretty damn good. Arkansas?
Anyways.
Oh, my God. Arkansas. Okay. All right. My bad. Yeah. My bad. I forgot.
But anyways, yes.
Pig Suey.
We're actually thinking about going there. We need to go get some wings. We go get some food after this.
Absolutely.
We need to go refuel, get some wings. We're finishing our beer here, so we need to go drink another one. It's middle of the week. We need to.
Happy Wednesday, my dudes.
Yeah, we need to get over this.
That's the day we're recording this. Probably hit you on Saturday or Sunday.
So we'll catch you on flip side. They got a lot of things coming for NFL weekends and college football weekends, watch parties, all that kind of stuff. So it's a great spot to hit it up Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Absolutely.
And we'll be there occasionally as well when we're not so busy.
All right. Well, let's hit this podcast back on the road. Under 500, the stupider, more fun, drunker part of the podcast. We've had more or less important topics than we talked about last segment. This is the first one. NERLANS Noel versus Rich Paul.
Okay, so who's NERLANS Noel?
He is an NBA player who was represented by Rich Paul, an agent.
Yes.
Okay. So Rich Paul works for Clutch.
And where does
Clutch?
Where does NERLANS? Let's start with NERLANS Noel. Where does he play?
In New York right now.
Okay. Where did he play in college? Do you know?
Kentucky.
Yeah, I think it was at Kentucky.
It was Kentucky.
Did he play with Anthony Davis?
No, it was like the year after.
Okay.
He was supposed to be in the next big thing, and then he tore his ACL first year.
Damn.
He still got drafted like 3rd overall the year after, and his career just never quite took off. But that's the thing. He always had potential, right?
Yeah.
He always had potential. He had an agent, Happy Walters, and Happy had negotiated his rookie contract, and he was negotiating his new 5-year contract. After your 4th year, you get another contract.
Yeah.
And he turned down 4 years, $70 million, thinking he was worth more than that, right?
So he turned it down, or the agent?
NERLANS Noel turned it down. And then NERLANS said, fuck you, Happy Walters. Rich Paul over here said, I can get $100 million. So NERLANS Noel joins Rich Paul's Clutch agency.
Yeah.
And Rich Paul goes on to tank his value beyond anything he ever imagined, right? After he turned down the 4 year, $70 million, he tore his ligament in his thumb, I believe.
Yeah, it was some hand injury.
Yeah, he was on. First of all, he went to the Dallas Mavericks, not the team that drafted him. He went to Dallas Mavericks. He got traded, I believe, and they offered him the 4 year, $70 million contract. Turned it down. And then next year he signed the QO offer, which is like $4 million for 1 year. He tore his thumb ligament. He was never the same player after that. And then the year after that, nobody wanted him. Nobody.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Didn't he play for Oklahoma?
Yeah, and that's where he ended up going. He ended up going to OKC on a 1 year minimum contract.
Damn.
After turning down 4 years, $70 million. But
Sounds
here's where it gets juicy is that according to NERLANS Noel, Rich Paul was not taking calls about offers that he had. So apparently there are teams that wanted Noel, but Rich Paul was like, "You're not my go-to client because I obviously represent LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Draymond Green. I have bigger clients than you." So Rich Paul pretty much put Noel on the back burner.
Yeah.
And said, "I really don't care about any offers you're getting. I'm not answering any phone calls for you." And Noel ended up getting pennies.
Yeah, I think DeJounte Murray, who's he's like a point guard for the Spurs. He's actually signed to Clutch Sports as well. So yeah, I mean they got a lot of they have
a pretty loaded roster.
Yeah,
and obviously Noel, he was pretty good back then. He wasn't as seeked out, but still, like NERLANS, I mean, Rich Paul wasn't taking offers for him.
Yeah, man, that sucks. He kind of put him in the back burner, like you said.
Yeah, and then but hold on, Noel was not a minimum player. Let's be honest. Noel was pretty good. He was a rim running center. He could play defense. He was a shot blocker.
Yeah.
There's no way that guy goes for the minimum 2 years in a row. He went for the minimum 2 years in a row.
Nah, bro, minimums are like your Paul Gasols and your Marc Gasol.
You're like at the end of your career.
Yeah, like, hell no.
Nah, dog. And,
hell no.
And the funny enough, he changes agents, right? Yeah. And he goes to New York. He gets a minimum deal in New York. But he plays and he does pretty good, and he signed like a 3-year, like $34 million contract.
Yep.
And Rich Paul's like, "Well, you didn't give me money for your last minimum contract. I get a percentage out of that." And NERLANS Noel says, "Fuck you, buddy. You didn't negotiate that contract at all. You haven't done shit for me."
Yeah, no.
So now NERLANS Noel is suing Rich Paul for like loss of reputation and money and all that shit like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought that was pretty juicy. I probably described it here horribly.
Well, so you're a judge in the court, and you're looking at it. You got NERLANS Noel on one side. You got Rich Paul, Clutch Sports on the other side.
But, hold on. Do I know basketball or no?
You do not know basketball. You just know law.
Well, then NERLANS Noel would have to prove to me that Rich Paul did not have his best interests at all, which I could believe. Because you tell me, oh, my client represents LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Draymond Green, so on, so on. I can understand if you're on the back burner, but that's not your agent's job to put you on the back burner. Your agent should have your best interest in mind.
Exactly.
It's 4 years, $70 million.
So
he's never gonna see that again ever.
No, it's just kind of like the Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah. Oh, Schroeder,
situation.
Man. Schroeder.
Yeah.
Oh man. Sue your agent, dog. Sue him now.
Well, the other question was that his decision or was that the agent's decision to say, hey, I'm gonna turn this down. Nah, I think I can do better. Let's find another route.
That's a good question, and you never have the answer for that, right?
No, you don't.
When 4 years, $70 million was offered to Noel, he was technically under Happy Walters. But who said no? Happy Walters or NERLANS Noel?
I feel like it was NERLANS.
I think it was too.
Yeah, because if he would have said yes, let's do it, and things just didn't work out contractually, then he would still be with Happy Walters. Yeah, and try to. What if
Rich Paul came along and said, "I can make you $100 million"?
I think that's what happened. I think this dude he comes along and he's kind of like a shark.
Yeah,
I know he's trying to make his money and everything like that, but this dude's a shark. So, and he's gonna keep doing that. He's gonna seek younger talent, and because all these guys, Draymond Green, LeBron James, they're all in the.
Ben Simmons is the Rich Paul guy.
Yeah, they're all kind of getting towards the end of their career. You got people like Ben Simmons where they're kind of in the middle of their career where you still got something to negotiate, but at the same time, you got to think about like this guy's gonna be poaching. Guys coming in from the in the draft this year, and he's specifically going to be poaching the guys that are in that transition from rookie contracts to extension contracts, because that's where the money's at. Yeah, he gets his percentage there.
All right, can I turn to Skip Bayless real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
What does this mean for LeBron's legacy?
So what is LeBron?
This is LeBron's buddy screwing over the new age NBA players.
Yeah. Fuck them.
LeBron, How could he let this happen?
It's all LeBron's fault.
This is his childhood best friend.
How come everybody who gets with LeBron gets a
LeBron? Hold on, LeBron gets people paid.
Yeah, that's
through
what I'm
Rich
saying.
Paul. Tristan Thompson was a Rich Paul guy.
So why didn't NERLANS and Noel why didn't he just be like, hey bro, you my homie?
I think he he thought he was big shit. He found out he wasn't big shit. He had a bad year in Dallas when he mattered.
Yeah.
When the money was on the line, he had a bad year in Dallas. But at the same time, I think maybe Rich Paul gave up on him too. I don't know. It's gonna be funny to see how this.
So if he gave up on him, why is he asking for some damn cut from a minimum wage contract? Like that's bullshit.
Because that's what he's owed. Like whatever contract you've signed as your agent, I'm owed 4% of that.
I get it. But this dude is getting he
didn't do shit.
He didn't do anything.
And he's gonna get 4%.
Exactly. I think he should have just left that in the water, just like, all right, this is over between me and you. Like, good luck your way, good luck my way. But nah, this dude's like, nah, I need my 2 cents over here, bro. You got already enough money and enough cuts from everything else over here. Like, chill.
Like, what I'm reporting is from NERLANS' side of the story, so we don't know Rich Paul's side of the story yet.
Yeah.
So maybe it's different. It's one side of the story so far. You might find out the lawsuit might go in Rich Paul's favor. Maybe Rich Paul did try.
Well, I honestly don't think there's going to be a hey, let's keep talking about this, or hey, let's keep going into court for this and going to session 1, session 2.
It's going to be a drawn out story.
It's going to be something like where they're going to draw it out. And they're just going to say, you know what? Let's just stop paying lawyers. Let's just settle this.
Yeah.
I pay you this much. You pay me this much. Whatever it is. And at the end of the day, nobody's going to find out exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So
shout out to NERLANS and Noel, man. I'm actually a fan. I'm a big fan. I like his game. I think he's a good player. I don't know why it didn't work out for him as far as his potential, but shit happens.
So let me tell you this. Rich Paul is one of the few, but probably the most successful black agent in the NBA.
Yes.
Why isn't he helping his brothers out? Players always talking about. Players always talk.
Hold on, let me feed off what you just said.
Players always talking about.
He is the most successful black agent in the NBA, right? So how do you think these white old agents who've been there, done that, represented this guy, represented that guy, think when they see this guy who only is doing his agent work because his buddy LeBron James come into the game and start poaching their clients? How do you think they feel about that?
Well,
what do you think they say in behind the scenes? What do you think they leak to the media?
Well,
you got to look at it from who's leaking this information. Who is trying to bring down Rich Paul? Who is trying to he stole my client? Well, I got something for your ass. I'm finna leak this story out to the media. That's why I'm not trying to say Rich Paul is a bad guy. I don't know where this information is coming from.
So yeah, we don't know exactly where this information is coming from, but at the same time, what if it is true? Like, what if Rich Paul was just
it could be somewhere in the middle.
Dude, I don't care about this dude. He ain't worth Draymond Green. He ain't worth LeBron James. I got other important shit to do, and I'm just the same thing as these other white agents in the damn.
I beg your pardon.
Market.
I beg your pardon.
I mean, just think about it. Just think.
No, for sure. It's food for thought because there's always some kind of reason this shit is getting leaked out.
There's always a reason, yeah. The reason why stories come out is because somebody wants them to come out.
I'm looking at you, Waj.
Yeah, there's a reason why some people want this to come out.
Right.
I think I was reading the other day that the story just came out that there was players in the locker room for the Falcons celebrating the victory for the Super Bowl against the Patriots. The Super Bowl that it was like the biggest comeback ever. The story just leaked, obviously, 4 years after, right? That players were celebrating in the locker room. Like, people didn't want that to come out.
And why what's that leaked for? You have to think about that.
Well, now it's leaked because it's an old story. Like, now it's kind of like, it really don't matter. It doesn't.
That's what you think.
It doesn't have as much value as it would have 4 or 3 years ago, whenever that event happened.
Say there was a rival podcast and they did the same thing we did. Sports. They drank and they worked for a rival network, and they were getting bigger than us. And I was like, okay, I see that. What have I said?
So you're gonna leak something?
One of their hosts, sexual abuser. I just tweeted that. I'm like, yeah, I just accused them of that. Wouldn't that bring them down a notch, even if it wasn't true?
Potentially.
That's the name of the game. That's how it works. It's not right. It's not wrong. It's nasty. But the game is nasty.
So you're basically saying don't ever say anything about anybody then, whether good or bad.
No, everything you have to process the information and figure out where it came from, why is it being leaked now, and find the truth in the middle.
Yeah,
somewhere.
I mean, but
somewhere.
We don't know anything. We don't know as much information as we do about this.
Yeah, we got pretty deep into this fucking Rich Paul talk, but
yeah,
it's true. It's true that motherfuckers are hating on Rich Paul. I'll say that for sure. All right.
I'm hating on him because I'm a LeBron James hater.
Next topic, we went pretty in on that one. You weren't a believer in that topic.
More than expected.
Over-unders.
Yes.
What does that mean, my brother?
Yeah, so, we like to gamble on this podcast here and there, and we're going to do, for the record, so on the record, we're going to do a couple over-unders. So it's win totals, right? We got the NBA season coming. We got football season coming. Okay. So there's over-unders in Vegas currently, right, that you basically have the opportunity to bet over or under, right? So
just like our podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
I wonder where you got that idea
exactly,
from.
Right?
Okay.
So the Vegas has their win totals, and you're going to say, all right, now I think they could do better, and I would bet, on them if they're going to do better or worse. So I'm going to give you one team, and we're going to go down team by team, and you say over
for sure
or under.
Bet. I'm with it.
All right, so we're going to start with NBA. And we're starting, something that we might know. All right, so Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
If anybody doesn't know, this dude's like the number one Lakers fan, probably.
Yes, sir. R.I.P. Kobe.
Yes.
It was his birthday the other day.
I hate the Lakers. I respect Kobe Bryant, and I like Kobe Bryant, but everybody else can go fuck themselves.
Okay.
For the record.
All right, go ahead.
Lakers over under total wins 51.5. More or less.
82 games in the season, right?
Yes.
51.5 more.
Okay. More?
I would say 60 wins.
So you think it's 60?
And 22. Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
So over.
So last year was their win total was 42, and they were the 7th seed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they went through injuries, and I think this year Westbrook relieves a lot of that kind of pressure, so.
Man, this is difficult, and I think the reason why the number is essentially so low is because I think a lot of people are legit scared and afraid of the age.
Yeah. They're old. They're an old team.
And there's going to be a lot of games where LeBron James is going to be sitting, AD's going to be sitting, Carmelo's going to be sitting, and then it's like pretty much
Westbrook will always go. He always has a nagging injury, so.
Yeah, vice versa, right? No Westbrook, but we got LeBron. No AD, but we got Westbrook.
I think as long as they have 2 out of the 3 playing night in and night out, I think they'll be okay.
Bro, this is gonna be like typical work. You got players working the night shift, players working the day shift. This is literally gonna be that, and I think that's why the win total is so low. When I saw that win total, I was thinking right away off the top of my head, I was like, yeah, that's over.
Over for sure. I believe it.
But it's so difficult because what if they're like, nah, these guys are so old. Like they're gonna take a couple nights off, and they're
no.
and they're just trying.
King Lily never takes a night off.
They're just trying to get to the playoffs, and once they're in the playoffs, then they'll turn it up a notch.
I think this year is different. I think they have the talent to cruise and be good.
So, according to Vegas, the Lakers will not be the number 1 seed.
Okay, that's fine.
Right, because that's what the win total says. But according to Mark, they're going to be top 3, top 4 seeds. Yeah. Right.
Kendrick Nunn gonna have surprise here. Watch out.
I would agree, man. I think that's definitely an over.
Okay,
it's definitely an over. So
right. We got next.
We're there. So we're gonna go with my Spurs.
Oh, under already.
Oh, without even knowing the number. Wow.
It's gonna be 31 a bit.
No, it's 29.5.
Okay. Under.
Last year they
under.
had.
I'm gonna say under just because the West is stacked, and the Spurs went young this year. I think this is the year they're finally like, no more of this no man's land in the middle kind of shit. We got to go down. We got to tank.
So you think it's tank season?
I think it's 25 wins this year.
Yeesh. So I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Go over.
I want to go
over too, but I can't.
I'm gonna go over for the simple fact that they're basically it's not the typical Spurs of like kind of what I was explaining with the Lakers where they're gonna take a couple days off. They already know that they're gonna make it to the playoffs. This is gonna be like, all right, everybody's on the chopping block. You better play hard. Whoever don't play hard, you get a strike, and we're thinking about cutting you or not giving you a contract next season, whatever it is. Okay. So it's basically tryouts for the Spurs, and it can go really, really bad, or it can go really, really well.
I just want to know why they have 10 guards on the roster. Brian
9.
Forbes, what the fuck are you doing on the roster?
Hey, he's got his chip, man. He's a champion.
I bet. He's just cruising now.
Yeah.
Right, what do you got next?
Essentially, man, he was like top 10 best 3-point shooters in the league regular season.
But he played no defense.
But he was a sharpshooter.
He couldn't even play in the finals.
He's a dude that comes in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like to get you that burst off the bench. That's what it is.
He's good here and there.
Yeah. So we'll see. Spurs are very young, and I think that's why the number is 29.5. You say under. I say
under.
over.
I say 25 wins.
I think it's going to be close to 32 wins.
Okay.
And possibly with the opportunity to get into the playoff.
Okay.
Getting there, kind of. All right. Next NBA and last NBA team, the Bulls.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
And I had to pick the Bulls because of the moves that they made last year and the moves that they made this year.
The Balzac.
Yes.
The Balzac is DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, and Zach LaVine together. The Balzac.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So Vegas got him at 41.5 total wins.
Oh, right there at 500
in the East.
Right there at 500
in the East.
Over for sure.
I agree, man. That's an over. Last year they made a push to try to get to the playoffs. Remember, last year they were 31 wins.
Yeah.
So I agree.
They're gonna say they're trying to say that they're gonna be a 500 team. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
No way. 50 wins.
Pretty much is what they're saying.
4 seed.
Yeah, they're basically saying over 500 or under 500.
4 seed. 50 wins.
Wow, that's good. I don't think they'll be a 4 seed. I think they'll be right below the 4 seed. Something like
you never know what happens. One team is for sure going to go through some injury troubles. I got Brooklyn. I got Miami. Got Milwaukee, and then I would say for sure with confidence Chicago. Philadelphia, I don't know. Nobody knows what's happening in Philadelphia right now.
Yeah, but I think with Joel Embiid there, like
he's not enough by himself.
He's not enough by himself, but they'll make it work to where they get a good trade package. They make it work somehow with Ben Simmons. Yeah. They'll make it work to where they're a top 4 seed. So you got, I think it's Philadelphia. I think those 4 are pretty much there.
I think the Hawks in New York is they're down. They're due for they overachieved last season. Is what I'm trying to say.
Really?
They overachieved for sure.
I mean, there's a lot of young players on those squads. I think maybe
not
the
Knicks, not so much.
But the Hawks got a lot of young players, and they retained a lot of players.
They seem to be injured every single year.
So well, we'll see. Maybe this is
I got a 4 seed for Chicago. All right. What do you got? You got any football, soccer?
Yeah, so we're going college football next.
I bet.
Aggies.
What does Vegas say?
9.5 wins.
Out of 12 games?
Yes. Be real. Come
Under.
On.
8 wins.
Wow.
8 wins.
You're just doing that because you're a hater.
8 wins. 8-4.
8 wins.
8-4.
Who do they lose to?
Alabama, Auburn, a surprise loss somewhere along the way, and Mississippi State.
Wow. That is garbage. Do not listen to this take.
All right, when they're 8-4, come see me.
All right, well, we will.
I know you got over. Don't even explain it. You already have over.
I'm gonna put a a maroon little slash Roman numeral every time, just so I can be like, yep,
send it to Troy. Send it to Troy. All right. What else you got?
All right, so the Longhorns, over or under 7.5 wins.
Over.
Wow.
9-3.
So last year they only had 7 wins.
9-3.
Man, this is a hard one, but I'm gonna say under. And it's gonna be 7 wins. They're gonna.
I can see it. They're unpredictable. You never.
They're gonna be over 500, but they're not gonna be great.
Okay.
Because
I can believe that.
They got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
And
they have a lot of roster turnover, a lot of new guys, new quarterback, running backs. Kind of, he might be a hit, he might be a miss. Don't know yet.
That's the thing. It's very hit or miss with the coach. It all depends on how the first year coach with the somebody else's squad, somebody else's players that have been recruited. I was recruited by Charlie Strong. Oh, not Charlie Strong.
Tom Herman.
Not.
Shit, there might be a Charlie Strong guy in the roster.
But yeah, I mean possibly. But it all depends on how they mix and mesh.
Yeah,
I definitely think it's going to be over. I think it's going to be if anything, just over by half a game. I mean under. Sorry, okay. barely under. But I don't see it.
All right. What else?
All right, we're going NFL now. The Jags with a brand new quarterback, brand new coach, 6 wins.
Under.
Remember,
I got under.
17 is
4 games tops.
So last year they only won 1 game.
I know, and I think as good as Trevor Lawrence is, he's not a 5-game or what is it? You said 6 wins.
Yeah.
He's not a 5-game difference maker. He's not. The roster just isn't there yet.
Yeah, the difference between football and a sport like basketball, right?
Yeah,
you can have a star come in like LeBron James come in, who's whenever LeBron James came into the league, and he turned around the team like immediately. They were like, "Whoa, this dude is badass."
Football is a 52-man roster.
50, yeah, it's a 50+ roster, and you can't just change it with one quarterback.
He's gonna be learning on the fly too, so for sure.
With the brand new coach, that's also learning as well.
Under for sure.
I agree. I think that's gonna be under. That's hard though. That's a hard under.
I think it's pretty easy under.
So how many things do you think they'll win?
2? I said 4.
3?
4 times.
4. I think it's a hard under. Like I think they're gonna win 5.
Okay.
And that's because the division that they're in, Tennessee. I think Tennessee will win it, but the Colts have a lot of questions as well with their quarterback leader.
True.
Yeah. And then the Texans, obviously, we don't know what the fuck's going on.
Nobody knows. So that team in the no man's land. What the fuck they got going on?
I don't even know if they're gonna win a single fucking game. But anyways, the Browns, last team, the Cleveland Browns. The reason why I chose them is they made the playoffs last year, and strong case to almost make it to the NFC Championship.
Okay.
AFC Championship.
What's their over on
win total 10.
10. Whoo! All right.
Funny thing is, it actually started off as 9.5.
10-0?
And people were like, bet. This is more than a 9.5 team, and they're like, nah, we got to up it to 10.
I would say over. I think 11 wins.
I agree. It's going to be an 11-win squad. Actually, last year they won 11 games.
They should be better as long as Baker doesn't get hurt.
I don't think Baker's going to get hurt. They do got some issues with some of the offensive line. They got to get a little bit better, but
I feel like every team has issues with
defense. They got Myles Garrett, big A&M baby.
Yep. All right. Is that it for you?
That's it.
I like that segment. That was a pretty good segment.
We gotta record that.
We start doing that more often. All right.
Over under how many beers?
Last segment. Let's breeze through it so we can go home and relax. Everybody can have a good time.
Yes.
Rapid fire. Our returning segment.
We should do something
it's a staple now.
Yes. I think this is here to stay.
Yeah. All right. My first rapid fire, in case you didn't know, it's just me and him going back and forth real quick. Small topics. Not too important. Not even important enough to be under 500 topic.
Some of them are pretty important.
My first one, Ton Maker, no longer an NBA player. He joined the Hebrew League.
Wow.
He went to go play in Jerusalem.
Really?
Can you believe that? Yeah.
He was.
In case you don't know who Thon Maker is, he's that really, really tall dude from the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
The really tall, skinny one. He's like 7'5".
And we're not talking about Taco Fall. It's the other.
Oh, it's Thon Maker? Oh, shit. I was talking about Taco Fall.
Taco Fall is the really tall one. I thought it was. I mean, I think Thon Maker's pretty
Thon
tall.
Maker is the one from Milwaukee, right? He
Yes.
came in Detroit too.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But he was a
Damn,
he was a very high prospect. That
Was
he? Yeah, it's he was one of those like Giannis prospects where like when they draft him, they're like, dude, this guy looks
He was
like,
very tall too, right?
yeah, this guy looks like trash, kind of like Giannis, right?
Yeah.
Where you look at Giannis now compared to what he looked like back then. It was kind of one of those deals, and he didn't really develop and roll out.
I was rooting for him. I root for anybody tall. Taco Fall, Thon Maker. What's the other one? Bobo.
Yeah.
Any of those guys that are kind of like, I don't know. I root for them.
Yeah. Bobo looks like.
Bobo has talent though. Bobo is the most talented one of all of them.
And he can shoot threes.
His thing is he's behind the MVP of the fucking league. He plays behind Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
That's his problem. He's good. He can start somewhere. For
Yeah.
sure, I believe.
Maybe he can learn a few things here and there with being on that roster.
But shout out to Thon Maker. I don't know how you say it. Shout out to you in Jewish. But I'll stop here before I offend somebody.
We wish you the best in Jerusalem.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Go ahead.
My next one is Serena Williams reportedly out. She said no more tennis for this year. It's pretty much she withdrew from the U.S. Open because she's not yet fully recovered from her torn hamstring.
Okay.
So if you just think about it, she's got 23 Grand Slams and she's one short of breaking the record 24.
Yeah.
So ever since she's had a baby, she has not been able to win a Grand Slam. So the question isn't when will Serena come back? The question is, should you be having kids? Should society be having kids?
In this day and age, probably not. The world is all fucked up. I wouldn't bring a kid into this shit. But that has nothing to do with her performance. I think she's just going through a slump. And it's just coincidence that she took time off for this child.
Man, I love Serena Williams. I love the Venus Williams. There's actually like a movie that came out or that's
about
coming
their
out
father,
about them.
yeah.
About their father and them. I think it's gonna be an amazing story, but I think Serena Williams is done.
Okay.
I'm sorry, baby girl.
Naomi Osaka time?
Not till she gets.
Hold on. Do you think Serena gets the record or no? Or ties the record at least?
No, I think
no more wins.
I think no more. She's already tied the record. She needs one more
tied.
to win it.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, but I mean, we'd like to. I would love to see Serena break it, but I think, in all reality, I think she's done.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Mike Budenholzer signs 3-year extension with the Bucks. I think that's a big mistake. I think this guy is
Coach Bud,
the worst coach to ever win the finals. So we talking about that college football coach with Cam Newton, Gus Malzahn. He reminds me of that guy. This guy stinks. This guy couldn't coach his way out of a plastic bag. He's fucking terrible.
Well, he was better than Jason Kidd.
He was. But Jason Kidd not a high bar to live up to. I think this guy is lucky that he ended up with Drew Holiday, Giannis, and Chris Middleton.
props to his GM for that, right?
Props to the GM. The coach didn't do a goddamn thing. He fucking almost fucked it up.
Well, part of the GM decision is who gets the contracts, who doesn't.
I think he gets a 3-year extension because they won the chip.
I agree.
But if they don't, I think he's unemployed. He was that bad.
I think Coach Bud is one of the best regular season coaches. And whether he wins another championship or not, I think that he deserves that, even if he's just good in the regular season.
He's just fucking the NBA preschool teacher. He teaches you how to read. He teaches you how to write. But he can't teach you fucking AP calculus. He's just not that good. He's just not that guy. All right. Go ahead.
Maybe it's all about his assistants, man. I don't know. So getting a little sort of controversial here on my next couple ones. LSU is the first SEC school to require either proof of vaccination or proof of negative COVID test in order to enter the stadium. First SEC school.
Ooh, I'm sure that's going to go
It just
over
came
well.
out.
I'm sure it's going to go well.
What do you think about that? Knowing the
I love it.
culture, knowing the
I've been to
ideology,
Louisiana a couple of times.
knowing the ideology of essentially the South and, you know, what everybody thinks
I
about
fucking love it. It's brave. It's very controversial. I love it, though. It's not going to go over well, for sure. It's going to be just going to be some backlash. It's going to be some rebellion. But
so I don't know about school, but I don't know if schools are requiring it or not, or whatever the deal is with that. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of students that are vaccinated. Yeah. So the student body is pretty much the huge fan base of any college football team, right? Sure. So for the most part, they'll have their student body as their fans. We're talking
about LSU, where people will drive from New Orleans 2 hours away and to go to Baton Rouge and watch a fucking football game.
Yeah, I don't know about the actual like
Baton Rouge is more popular than the fucking New Orleans Pelicans.
The whole LSU team. Who are the Pelicans? You know, that's what they're like. Who the hell cares about the Pelicans? It's all about LSU Tigers. Yeah. Tiger football. So, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Do you think is the coach even vaccinated?
No, for sure. Absolutely not.
What's his name? The dude's like he looks like a.
Oh, that's Miles, or that's the old coach.
This old one.
Oh, Gus. No, I forget his name. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, he talks like kind of like the damn.
He's really old school football coach.
Yeah,
and he be fucking kids too.
What?
No, hold on.
What?
When I say that, he be fucking college kids.
Oh, okay.
He be fucking freshmen that come in every year. I'm like, hold on, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was about to say
that's kind of under the table record on the record, but I've seen the Snapchats, I've seen the rumors, I've seen the tweets.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Go ahead. I don't know his name, I forget, but anyway, shout out to my man J.R. Smith. He got accepted into NCAA, and he's approved by the NCAA to play college golf.
Yeah.
So at the ripe age of 38, J.R. Smith is now a student athlete.
Yes.
At the ripe age of 38, he finally did it. He's a student athlete. He didn't even go to college the first time. He went straight to the from high school to the NBA.
Yeah.
So he's finally getting an education on, and he kind of went backwards, but he did it.
So do you think he's doing it for the education, or he's doing it just to play golf?
Education. He didn't even know if he was going to get approved to play golf. It was kind of like, I'm going here for school. If I can play golf, that'd be great. And then he got approved. So,
well, that's good. That's good for him, man. Get his education.
By the way, he wants you to stop calling him the Henny God. He got pretty mad at the House of Highlights for calling him the Henny God. He's like, yo, honestly, like that shit's getting kind of old, and it's borderline, underline racist when you call me that, because I don't even drink Henny like that. So,
damn, I would say he drinks more Henny than me and you put together.
I don't drink Henny at all. So. But honestly, it is kind of racist to assume that young black athlete with fashion sense is kind of Henny God, without having the proof that he drinks Hennessy like that.
I feel like he was the Henny God more when he used to play for Denver.
Okay, yeah. No,
like those were the
Denver years were wild.
Those were the years when he was with Melo.
Even in New York, he was wild.
Yeah, even in New York, he was wild as well. But those Denver years, like, were his like raw years, where he was like, "All right, man, you know, come through, come at me."
He was the kid out of high school with a bunch of fucking money. Who else wouldn't have done that?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm 18 cool. You had me a $1 million contract at 18 years old. I'm gonna act a fool. Hell, you had me $1 million contract now. I'm gonna still act a fool.
I love that squad. I love that squad in Denver. It was like George Karl,
Kenyon Martin, George Karl, Carmelo, Chauncey Billups, J.R. Smith.
That was awesome.
Pretty neat squad.
Yeah, that was a pretty good thing. So, last one that I got was, have you heard about the controversy with the Notre Dame mascot? So, do you know what the Notre Dame mascot is?
No, it's like an Irish guy. Like
yeah, so it's the Fighting Irish is what they're known as. Notre Dame is known as the Fighting Irish.
For sure.
So they are now ranked as the number 4 most offensive mascot in the sports.
Why? Because he's Irish. They came for that next. Like, oh,
I guess so. The Fighting Irish, right? So just for your knowledge, number 1 is the Seminoles, right? And we're talking about college, right? We're talking about.
Well, I thought Florida State was trying to like give tribute to the Seminoles, but
this is the way that people view it, right? Okay. From a outside view. Okay. So the Seminoles, number 2 is the San Diego State. They're the Aztec Warriors or something like that. And then number 3 is Hawaii school. It's the Hawaii. They're the Vili Warriors.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, so it's like a tribe out there as well.
So anything Indian is forbidden.
Yeah. But like literally, as following those 3 is the Fighting Irish.
Okay. Well, I guess it's about time somebody stood up for the Irish.
Why stood up against? You mean against the Irish
or up for the Irish?
Oh.
Because who said the Irish wanted to be represented by Notre Dame?
Notre Dame is like part of the culture of the Irish. Like
they're in Illinois,
but it's part of their culture. Like they do a lot of.
Hey, as long as you're paying respects, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. But there are people on Twitter, on Tumblr, that have a problem with this kind of shit, right? So of course, and if we're talking about colleges, right, where you get educated on social matters and shit, and of course they have a problem with that shit.
So are we gonna cancel Tumblr now or what?
It's already been canceled,
but it's still there. It's still there, causing this controversy.
If you ask, hold on. If you ask somebody, of course it's gonna be controversy. People make shit up to feel good about themselves.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, Fighting Irish. That's kind of offensive, right?
Yeah.
And I'm fucking Hispanic. I don't give a fuck about that shit. But I'm gonna be offended from because that makes me woke. I'm woke now. Fuck me. I'm woke. I'm woke. Fuck me.
Right now, people were talking about like the Irish is like they were comparing them to the Redskins. I guess if you can say Redskins on anymore, but they were comparing them to that, and it's like. I don't think it's not even a comparison. So
no,
they're talking about the fighting pride.
As long as you're respectful and you have a blessing from like the community, it should be okay. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They got that little like green man suited up like in a little green suit
doing this, which might be kind of offensive because he's fighting because he's drunk.
But it's
because he's Irish. You ever think about that? Hold on, they might be onto something.
No, stop.
They might be onto something. A little fighting Irish guy.
No, stop.
Why is he fighting?
We're gonna cut this off before you join the bandwagon. The unwanted.
Hold on, they're
bandwagon.
trying to make sense.
No, hold on.
I gotta say this. Shout out to Sonya Curry, who is now single.
Yeah,
because she divorced her husband Del Curry.
That's bad. She's a cheater.
It's funny because Del Curry cheated like 1,000 times, but the one time that she cheated, she was like, "Fuck that, divorce."
He looks so much older than she does.
You sure about that?
Yeah,
I like a MILF too, but go look again. I like a MILF, but go look again. She looks old, but she looks fine.
Sorry. He looks so much older than she does. She look good.
She do.
Yeah.
Where your mom's at, Steph?
Yeah, I would make an argument.
Where your mom's at?
I would make an argument that Steph's mom is probably better looking than Steph's wife.
That's a pretty easy argument to make.
Whoa.
No offense. Let's end this podcast.
Whoa. Please. No love for Ayesha Curry. Why?
She cool. She has a nice personality.
Oh, okay. Get out of here with that.
This has been your humble, gracious, highly awkward host, Mark Hogan.
Signing out.
My guy. Don't you fucking throw that shit.
No, I'm going to throw it at you.
That's my shit.
Signing out. Big E, Big A&M. Let's go.
Signing out.